They are the oldest African-American theater in the entire Southwest. And guess what? They are right in our own backyard. The Black Theater Troupe has been entertaining crowds for 54 years. And starting this Friday, they're showcasing a new jazz musical called Storyville. It takes place at the Helen K. Mason Center for the Performing Arts, home to the Black Theater Troupe, as Ginger's dancing away already. That's located near Washington and 14th Street. And that is where 12 News journalist Rachel Cole joins us live with more on their musical and their mission. Rachel?
Yes, and you cannot help it. I don't blame Ginger one bit for already dancing. It totally gets you in the mood. The jazz music is absolutely unmatched. A 9-piece band accompanying all these amazing performers, 17 to be exact. And we have a chance to talk with David Hemphill, the executive director of the Black Theater Troupe. Sir, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm very fine. Thank you all for coming out. It's going to be a great show. You're going to have a lot of fun, and you'll be snapping to the music just like they are. It's going to be great.
Let's take it back to September 1970 and Helen Mason, who started this. She was in the Parks and Recreations Department, civil rights activist. Talk to me about her impact, lasting impact.
She started the Black Theater Troupe as a recreational project to have the kids in the neighborhood to head off the riots that were going on all around the country. She thought it would be good to develop a company here in town that could address the arts and issues of the young kids.
Yes, sir. And as we see them get underway, we're going to give you guys a little taste of the music. But earlier, we spoke to a couple of the performers, including the director and choreographer of the show. So take a listen as to what they had to say about the impact on our very community.
Well, everybody needs to see themselves. So to come to a place where you see people who look like you, sound like you, and you're able to tell your own stories from your point of view, it is beautiful. And Black is always inclusive, not exclusive. So it's a combination of putting these things together. It is beautiful and amazing, and we love it.
A lot of times that in the urban communities and in our areas, what happens is that a lot of the children are not exposed to the arts. And so I myself was fortunate enough to be exposed to the arts at a young age. And so here I am, years later, doing what I love.
It brings so much joy and love to people. It tells narratives and stories that need to be heard, and it brings so much light to people's lives, so I enjoy being that light.
You are looking at the opening number. Everybody is getting fired up. They are ready for opening night on Friday. This performance goes until April 7th. We have all the details on 12news.com, and coming up, we're going to learn some choreography for ourselves. Tram?
Wow, they look amazing. I want to dance like that. All right, thanks, Rachel. The Black Theater Troupe has been entertaining crowds with their stunning performances, and starting this Friday through April 7th, a new musical surrounding the sounds of New Orleans jazz takes center stage. 12 News journalist Rachel Cole joining us live from downtown Phoenix with more on what it takes to put on a show like theirs. Hey, Rachel.
It is incredible, and it takes all of the performers and musicians and artists to really bring this together. And I am talking with the director and choreographer of the show, Pedro Harris. Thank you so much for having us. Tell me how you get your performers into this 1917 New Orleans mindset.
Well, first of all, it starts with history. So glad to be here with you, Rachel. It starts with history, going back economically, socially, and just entertainment-wise, what was going on in the period. Was it accents? Were the accents where was it energized? Would we go low? All these different things that we do.
The style, the costumes, what were they wearing? How did they walk? How did they dance? You said you do the Charleston, the twist,
the turkey trot, yeah, okay. The Charleston, the crazy legs, you know, the cow tongue. We do all these different steps that we learn, and we see how it fits onto these people.
And what I really like, and what I would like you to share is, you know, you have an educational component to this, and it is learning the real world of this timepiece. And so how do you help divvy up learning this piece and bringing it together?
Well, we find out what's a character that's close to you back in 1917. Maybe you were a worker. Maybe you were a bus driver. Maybe you cleaned the houses. Maybe you were rich. You find somebody doing that period, and you see how that compares to that. And that's the way it starts. Art starts with people, so we try to get the people first.
I love it. This is an amazing theater. He is going to show me a couple of moves, so we're gonna have Mickey cue up the music. Director Harris, all right, help me out here. All right, Tram, we're gonna send it back to you as we do a couple steps here.
We're gonna lean back here?
Yeah. And I wish I had my trumpet. Here we go.
Go to the right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Back to the left, and
welcome back on town.
Okay, you make everyone in studio want to dance here,
back
Rachel.
the other way.
Looking great.
Here we go, here it goes.
Love it. Okay, keep on dancing.
For more than 5 decades, the Black Theater Troupe has been bringing crowds the soulful sounds of New Orleans jazz, bringing talented artists and performers together to make musical magic.
12 News journalist Rachel Cole is in downtown Phoenix with a closer look at the oldest Black theater in the Southwest.
Hey guys, this theater is in downtown Phoenix, but it takes you right back to New Orleans, 1917. I'm talking with the executive director, David Hemphill. How are you doing?
Very fine. Thank you for coming.
This is so much energy and enthusiasm, and we want to go back to like Helen Mason, a civil rights leader who prompted this whole thing.
She sure did. In 1970, she started the Black Theater Troupe as a product for neighborhood reformation and etc. So it's been around since 1970, and it's very good for the community.
It's amazing. We know that you want to see it to continue growing and, of course, empowering the youth, performers, artists, musicians alike. This is a 17-person performance, and it is happening. Opening night is this Friday, and it goes until April 7th. You guys, this is so incredible to see all of these talented performers coincide with a 9-piece band. If you have not been to a show out here, 54 years of performances. We want you to get out here, see the show, and take a listen to what some of the performers had to tell us about the impact on the community.
Well, everybody needs to see themselves. So to come to a place where you see people who look like you, sound like you, and you're able to tell your own stories from your point of view, it is beautiful. And Black is always inclusive, not exclusive. So it's a combination of putting these things together. It is beautiful and amazing, and we love it.
A lot of times that in the urban communities and in our areas, what happens is that a lot of the children are not exposed to the arts. And so I myself was fortunate enough to be exposed to the arts at a young age. And so here I am, years later, doing what I love.
It brings so much joy and love to people. It tells narratives and stories that need to be heard, and it brings so much light to people's lives.
Just incredible to hear from those performers. Again, the performance is going until April 7th. We have all the ticket information on 12news.com. We'll send it back to you from the Black Theater Troupe in downtown Phoenix.
All right, looks like a great show. Thanks so much, Rachel.